Man, listen, man, how y'all feeling? Listen, I hope everybody is blessed, man. I hope you continue to keep God first. Because if you continue to keep God first, I can guarantee you this, you will not be last, man. You will not be last. Oh, man, listen. I'm excited about the 2025 year we have coming up, man. I'm excited about this. Like, I know like when God give you a vision, like we all get excited about the vision. And I want to tell you today that like you prepare for the vision, but you ain't prepared for the trouble. And I think like it's not the trouble that break us, it'd be the fact that we didn't prepare for the trouble. Yeah, I don't think it'd be the fact that we didn't prepare. I don't think it was the trouble itself that broke us. I think it was the fact that we didn't actually prepare for the trouble because we were preparing for the vision so much that we didn't prepare for the trouble. And sometimes that trouble itself, or the unpreparedness of the trouble break us, the unpreparedness for the other or the trouble break us. But I want to give you a secret today. I want to give you a something that's going to help you propel yourself into the person you need to become. That's going to help you propel to the vision that God has laid out for you. Because I want you to understand that just because God gave you the vision, don't mean there's not going to be trouble along the journey. I want you to know that just because God told you you're gonna be a multimillionaire, God told you you're gonna change many lives, God told you that you're gonna build big businesses, God told you that you're gonna build generational wealth, God told you all these amazing things, but you didn't like so you I don't want you to get blindsided by that and that you forget there's gonna be trouble. And I'm not here to discourage you, I'm here to encourage you. Right? I'm not here to discourage you. I'm here to encourage you that we can get like Joseph. That we can get like Joseph because so many of us let the fact that the things that we go through keep us from the promise of God. We let what we go through keep us from the promise that God has promised us. We let the fact that we were tore down, that we let the fact that so many people faked on us. We let the fact that we got fired from our job, or I got put out my house, or my friends left me, or my girl left me, or my husband left me, whatever the case may be. We let all those trials and tribulations take us away from the thing that God has promised us. And I want you to know once God give you that vision, once God show you your purpose, once God show you that like that is yours. But it's up for you to go claim that prize. Because if no one comes to claim it, now it's up for grabs. You feel me? It's up for grabs. But God has your name. If God showed you that, if God showed you that vision, like I want you to know it's yours, I need you to go own it. And I need you to forget about whatever you got to go through to go get it. I need you to look at your vision like that's your baby, like that's your child. Because I guarantee you, no matter where your children are at, no matter what they're going through, you're not gonna let whatever in the way keep you from getting to your child. If your child is in a burning building, I can guarantee you, you will go through some things you probably thought you could never go through. You will endure some pain that you probably thought you could never endure to go save your child. I can guarantee you that. Because that's your blood. That's something you birth. Like this is you. This is part of you. I want you to know your vision is part of you. That's why God gave it to you. That's why God shows you that vision. I want you to know that also a part of when you like a part of you growing too, that some people gonna hate on you. I'm just telling you straight up. Like you're gonna lose some friends. Like when they say elevation requires separation, yeah, like the people that knew you then ain't gonna know you now because they done got so used to the old you that they can't accept the new you. So you got to be willing to let some people go. You got to be willing to shed some things off. You got to be willing to let some people go to your next level. You got to be willing to do that. Listen, y'all, like sometimes on this road to success, it gets lonely. And you will be misunderstood. You will be called crazy. Like even Joseph's brothers turned on him all because of his favor. I want you to know that yes, the favor come with love, but the favor come with hate also. Man, you got to be ready to endure both of them. You got to be willing to accept the hate just as well as you accept the love. You got to be willing to accept the blessing just as well as you accept the curse. I mean, so you got to be willing to accept the curse just as well as you accept the blessing. See, we all want the blessing from God, but in that blessing come with curses too. Because Joseph had no idea that his brother was going to try to plot and kill him, all because of his vision, all because he was favored by God. Joseph had no idea that he was going to have to serve prison time. I think it was like 13 years in prison. Joseph had no idea he was going to have to serve prison time along this journey. He just knew that God was gonna make him king. Like he knew when God showed him this dream, God showed him this vision. He just knew he was gonna be somebody big. Like he knew he was favored by God, but he had no intentions on going to prison. He had no intentions of his brother plotting to kill him, and then turning him against his father. Like he had no idea, y'all. He had no idea that popular wife was going like playing something set him up to go to prison. Like he had no idea with that. But I'm telling you, that's just part of the journey, right? I don't want you to let that distract you from the vision. I don't want you to let what you're going through or the things you're going to go through or the things you're going to encounter distract you from the mission and from the vision. Because it's going to get tough. It's going to get tough. It's going to get rough. You know what I'm saying? And like you prepare for this great vision, but you didn't prepare for the trouble. So let's get into the word. In Genesis 37, verse 5, it says Joseph had a dream. And when he told it to his brothers, they hated him all the more. He said to them, "Listen to this dream I had. We were binding, sheaves of grain out in the field when suddenly my sheaf rose and stood upright, while your sheaves gathered around mine and bowed down to it." His brother said to him, "Do you intend to reign over us? Will you actually rule us?" And they hated him all the more because of his dream and what he had said. Listen, like what comes, like, so that's a blessing from God, but that blessing also caused hate inside his family. Like people just gonna hate you just because of who you are. Some people they just hated Joseph just because of the dream he had, just because of the vision God gave him. Listen, some people just gonna hate you because you're favored by God and they're not. And I need you to be willing. I need you to be okay with that. I need you to say, hey, sometimes it's just part of the plan. I'm willing. Watch this. Whatever come with this vision God gave me, I'm willing to accept it. And that's why I love Joseph. I don't know why I keep saying Joshua, but Joseph so much. I love Joseph so much because he was willing to endure the pain, the sacrifice, whatever he had to go through. He never switched up on God. I want you to know, like, how many times we let what we go through allow us to switch up on God. Joseph never allowed what he went through to deter him from the mission and from the vision. Even though his brothers started to hate him, tried to kill him, he had to serve prison time. He didn't let that distract him from the vision. He stayed connected with God. I want you to know, listen, when God gives you that vision, I need you to prepare for the trouble also. Watch this though. I don't need you to be focused on the trouble. I need you to stay tunnel vision on the mission. I need you to say, all right, I'm not going to let what I'm going through stop me from what God promised me. Because sometimes, like, we'll get so focused, we'll prepare for the vision. Okay, God showed me, yep, I'm gonna be a multimillionaire. I'm gonna be a generational wealth for my family. I'm gonna do all these great things, and you get so caught up on and when the trouble happen, when the circumstances, when situations happen, you didn't prepare for that, and so now you have let those situations distract you from the mission or distract you from the vision. But I don't, that's why I want us to get that Joseph mentality that no matter what we go through, listen, y'all, no matter what we go through, I'm not going to let that just stop me from what God promised me. Because if God showed it to me and then God showed it to me, if God told it to me and God showed it to me, then it's mine. I just got to go claim it. I got to go put my claim on that. I got to go own that because it's mine. Because God showed it and God showed it. God showed it and God told it to me. So it's mine. And so we're going to keep reading. He said his brother said to him, do you intend to reign over us? Will you actually rule us? And they hated him all the more because of his dream and what he had said. Then he had another dream. Watch this. And he told it to his brothers. Listen, he said, I had another dream, and this time the sun and moon and 11 stars were bowing down to me. When he told his father as well as his brother, his father rebuked him and said, what is this dream you had? Will your mother and I and your brothers actually come and bow down to the ground before you? His brothers were jealous of him, but his father kept their matter in mind. I'm telling you, some people just gonna hate you just for who you are. Listen, you got to be willing to accept the curse just as well as you accept the blessing. Because with that blessing come with curses too. And you got to be willing to endure the pain. You got to watch this. Your passion should outweigh the pain. Your passion should outweigh the pain that you're going to go through. And I say pain is preparation, aligning, and need. I say pain is preparation, aligning, and need, because the pain you're going through is aligning you up, is aligning you up for the your preparation is aligning you up for what you're going to need on your journey. Yeah. Your pain is preparing you. Watch it. Your pain is preparing you for the alignment you're going to need on your journey. Right. Like, listen, Joseph probably didn't understand, but that prison time and him getting sold out by his brothers was actually preparing him for what God had planned for him. There's purpose there's pain inside of the purpose. And some of us get so caught up on the purpose that when the pain comes, you're not prepared for the pain. You just thought it was going to be all roses because God showed you the roses. But see, God showed you the vision, but not what you're going to have to go through to get it. And that's what's so special about God. Like God is going to show you the vision, but he's not going to show you the road you're going to have to take to get there. Watch it. God just told him that. Watch it. Joshua, I didn't see in now one of these dreams. Joshua said, I'm gonna have to go to prison. I'm gonna be sold out by my brothers. My brothers gonna hate me. I didn't see that in now one of these dreams. Because God gonna show you the vision, but he's not gonna show you what you're gonna have to go through to get there. And once we start going through things, we let that overpower what God promised us. But I want to tell you today, don't let what you go through overpower what God promised you. Because if he showed it and told it to you, I want you to know it's yours. So today, y'all, I want us to get that Joseph-like mentality. That no matter what we got to go through, no matter if I get put out my house, no matter if I lose my job, no matter if I get a divorce, no matter if my bank account go to zero, no matter if my credit card get maxed out, no matter if my credit score gets shot, no matter what, I am going not to let any of that determine or dictate with the promise of God. Because I know if God showed it to me and God told it to me, I know that he don't break his promises. And when God says something, it's set in stone. I just got to be willing to endure the pain and the things I'm going through and allow God to do God and allow the work to do work so I can get the promise of God. I want you to know 2025, you can get the promise of God, but you got to be willing to endure. Endure whatever you're going through. And continue to keep God first. Because if you continue to keep God first, I can guarantee you will not be last. I pray that y'all have a blessed day. Continue to stay prayed up. Continue to stay on your mission, and don't let the pain or the things you're going through dictate or blind you from the promise of God.